Hi everyone, this is again a short video on discordant bay formation. I mentioned in my last video that there are two types of bay. You only need to really revise the answer to one of them, so take your pick. A discordant bay is still a bay, but it is in many senses the opposite of a concordant bay. What's happened here is that the geology, the rock types, are again super important to how the bay has formed. This time we have a band of rock that is harder and is sticking out into the sea to form a headland. There is another band of rock to the south that is also sticking out into the sea to form a headland. Trapped in between is a band of softer rock. Now, what has happened is that the sea has attacked softer rock more efficiently than it has the harder rock, and therefore eroded it backwards to form this large bay. As the sea slows down at the shore and the waves refract, they deposit sand and form a beach. So a discordant bay, it looks like this. Quite different to the shape of a concordant bay. A discordant bay is sometimes easier to write an answer to because you have more to talk about, I suppose. You have the headlands sticking out and the soft rock in between. One of the key processes to mention, of course, is differential erosion, which is when erosion happens at different speeds because of the different hardnesses of the geology involved. You can see a less well-developed example of a discordant bay forming just next door. And that's because we have this hard rock, hard rock layering of the geology underneath the soil surface. Interestingly, if you keep in mind that there are hard rocks, soft rocks, and hard rocks lined up next to each other, and this is a hard rock layer here, causing this headland to stick out and this discordant bay to form in between. And we move along the coastline, bearing in mind that there's a hard rock layer here. And if we could imagine that that hard rock layer continues and follows along that line, and it keeps going, and it keeps going, and it keeps going, look where it lines up. It lines up with the hard rock that we see here, that is the shielding rock of the concordant bay we learned about in the concordant bay video. So concordant bays are where the rocks line up with the coastline, and discordant bays are where the rock types are at 90 degrees to the coastline. They are in discord with the direction of the coastline. The coastline is broadly going from south to north. These rock types are pointing from west to east. So they are in discord, they are in disagreement with the direction of the coastline. That's why it's called a discordant bay. Okay.